Kahalo Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who rule well. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this, wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. I have 3 TikToks to show you. All are the same sentiment. You see at the top here, it says exhausted mentality. People are done. People are tired, right? That mirth is gone. Everything that folks were seeking, from the late 90s to the early 2000s, that spirit is done. There was a shift, and I jokingly say we switched timelines after 2019, right? But yeah, the food is disgusting. The joy that you feel, that you used to feel from things, even I even find myself trying to remind myself why I fell in love with Muay Thai in the first place. Like, that is something that I truly adore doing. And, even gaming doesn't even seem the same. And these other guys are going to say that. But I want to start out with Proverbs 29:2, all right? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, right? There is the wages of sin are death, right? And when you are in this culture, especially here in Babylon, it is a death culture. Nothing promotes life. Everything is about getting over or finding a way to charge you extra unnecessarily, right? You get a lot less for a lot more. Quality has gone down. The quality of everything, right? Even in the air that you breathe. I say it all the time. The food we eat, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the water we bathe in, everything is contaminated because of the greed of the wicked. The wicked. Everything, even to gaming. Now, and it boils down to you own nothing and be happy. It's a subscription for everything. I remember and I don't even watch sports anymore. I used to see it on live TV, right? Or you can stream or do whatever it is, it would come on. And now everything is subscription based, right? Even your entertainment, even when you want to just kind of disconnect and do your folly or whatever, you can't even enjoy that, right? But let me continue on with Proverbs 29, right? Because the difference between everyone else and those who have an understanding of what this truth is about, that this is a temporary thing, and this is a part of the bitter, right? And when he ate the roll or ate the scroll, it was in his mouth as sweet as honey, but in his belly it was bitter. And the patiently waiting in a decrepit or decaying society or decaying existence is a part of that bitter. But that there's greater later, that there is something coming, right? Salvation is coming, which is why the many people want to latch on. Those who don't fully understand the truth, but they have a basic understanding. Now they want to hone in on, salvation being for everybody, which just simply is not a biblical fact. Let me continue. Let's see what else I can glean off of Proverbs 29 before I let these 3 play. Okay, so this is 29 and verse 3. We just read 2. Whoso loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father, but he that keepeth company with heart. Okay, so that one. These are sundry little tidbits to live by, but I want to see if there's something that matches. What else that would match with this, what we got here. Now see, in the transgression of an evil man there is a snare, but the righteous do sing and rejoice. That was verse 6. Oh, verse 7. The righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not. And you see, regardeth not to know it. And again, as you see, these corporations and things, they don't care. They just find a way to gouge. Take. Greed. That is all they know. Never satisfied, right? Habakkuk 2 and 5. Scornful men bring a city into a snare, but wise men turn away wrath. That's verse 8. This is verse 12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked, right? This is verse 13. No. Let's see. Verse 16 is beautiful. Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increaseth. Living proof, right? But the righteous shall see their fall, right? And that precept goes into, the man is blessed to see the fall of his enemy. And we'll get that, I think, if something else doesn't pop up. But let me just let this play.
I'm dead. Not literally, but something in me has died. The spark I had, the will to try, lost somewhere along the way. Yeah. I wake up, but it feels pointless. Like I'm just passing time, just passing through. Everything's dull. And I can't remember what feeling alive meant. I'm dead, not literally, but I feel buried all the same.
Yeah, nothing isn't it? It seems like the more you do, the farther it's like being in quicksand. The more you fight to get out, the faster you sink until, you just realize, the thing, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, right? And you do the things that you need to do to keep the lights on and the bills paid, right? And your family cared for if you have that, whatever your situation may be. But secondarily, or not secondarily, simultaneously, right? Because you're basically living two lives, but one of them dictates the other, right? And the spiritual one should always dictate your carnal. And having that understanding, you're supposed to occupy till he come, right? Luke 19:13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come, right? If you read the full thing, Luke 19, let's go to Luke 19, and I'm going to tell you what the header is. All right, so this is Zacchaeus converted, but the parables of money usage. All right, that's the starting at verse 11. All right, and they heard all these things, and he had spake a parable because he was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of God should immediately appear. And a lot of us, you gotta not be in that impatient spirit. You think you want this more than Yahushua, the one who suffered worse than any of us could in multiple lifetimes. You think you want it more than him? All right, you have to check that impatience. You have to check that I guess, for lack of a better term, a misguided zeal, because it is according to knowledge, but it may just be misguided. And the a whole part of this thing is patience. All right. Because he was nigh to Jerusalem, because they thought, okay, and so the verse 12, he said, therefore a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. All right, but his citizens hated him, and they sent a message out to him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. And it's a parable about, how they would not want Yahushua. But let me see. Yeah, I think we got enough off of that one. Okay, so let's go to the next one.
Does anyone else, just not feel like doing anything? I don't feel like doing anything recently. I don't want to go anywhere, not that I really do, but, I'm not depressed or anything. I'm not sitting here that's not what's digging at. Well, nothing's really digging at me, I guess. Just, I don't feel like doing anything. And then the minute I start doing it, you try to force yourself to do it, maybe if I just dive into it, my body and mind will be like, hey, we're up, we're going, we're moving. No, I just go, I don't care. I can't be bothered. I don't know why. I don't know why. I never feel like mentally affected anymore. Going for that hike over the weekend was probably one of the most exciting things I've done in a while. But I just don't want to do anything. It almost physically pains me to do something. I don't know why.
Let's go through these comments. Oh, it's called Loosh. What about an anxious underlying feeling like there's something about to happen? Yeah, because it is. Good call, buddy. Food sucks, people sucks, everything sucks. And the more and more we go through, the more people are starting to turn into misanthropes, right? And to be misanthropic, thropic, simply means to just have a general dislike or just trust for human, so mankind or everything that basically things that the masses flock to, you kind of have a disdain for. And the more you learn and grow right in this truth, because a wise man understand that he is being oppressed, and oppression maketh the wise man mad. And the more you learn, the more you become introverted or INFJ. I guess not really personality. That's something that just has to be in with you. But you become more introverted, and you become more misanthropic. And this is just a result of the wicked. All right, this is the death culture. If something dies, whether it's physiological, or a spirit, something in you or you yourself, something has to die. All right, the wages of sin is death, and that is on multiple levels and multiple planes of our existence. But this is the just due rewards, because this as in Babylon, we have lived, all of us have lived deliciously, right? And it's time for the chickens to come home to roost, and all of the chaos, all of the helplessness and hopelessness that has been spread throughout the globe. It's coming. It will come here.
I saw this creator on here say that he's not depressed, but life just doesn't give him satisfaction. I think that's the word he used anymore. Like, it just, again, I gotta agree with, but like, I'm not depressed, but like, nothing is doing it for me. You know what I mean? Going to the gym, I do it because it's like brushing my teeth at this point. I go to the gym because I'm supposed to, like I said, like I brush my teeth, like I take a shower. Getting money, of course I'm still getting to the money or whatever, but like, money, I mean, again, I'm getting money because I have to, you know what I mean? Talking to women don't really do it for me anymore. And before I get the gay comments, I still like women, okay? It's just that it does not give me any type of excitement like it used to. Like talking to a new girl, that used to excite me. Now I'm more so thinking to myself, whenever I try to talk to a new woman, it's like, okay, for how long? You know what I mean? Like, how long is this gonna last before either she switches up or it just inevitably ends? Like, how long? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can like you for a while, but then what? You know what I mean? Playing games, video games is like, it's cool. Like, I guess, like, whatever. It's not nothing crazy. Watching TV, cool. For everyone that's gonna tell me to go to church, I'm in church so much. Again, I don't think I'm.
And that ain't nothing but the blind leading the blind. But really, what it is church simply just represents fellowship. Because I've spoken to a lot of people, and those who still believe, but they think that the only way to get closer to, who they ignorantly know as God, is to go to the church. But they're seeking fellowship, all right? But that ain't it. It was never it, right? Because I'll tell you right now, if it's your first time seeing this video, or you first time learning out who you are, all right, by blood, Yahweh is his name, whom the world ignorantly refers to as God, and Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly refers to as Jesus. They are not in those churches. Those are whorehouses. Those are literally and spiritually, those churches are whorehouses. Systematically, they teach nothing. All it is a tool for pacification and stupefaction. So if you're still in the church in 2026, you're meant to fall.
Depressed. I'm just, life feels like I'm here. You know what I mean? Like I'm just here. You know what I mean? I'm just here. I saw this.
Right, basically, but those who have the understanding, just occupy until they come. At this point, you go to work, you pay your bills, go to the gym, keep yourself healthy, work on whatever vices you have, continue to improve your health as best as you can. physically and spiritually, right? You want to exercise your physical muscles, and you want to exercise your faith, your belief, your fear, all of those things in the spirit. You need to exercise those things as well. Pray. You slack on reading. Make it a point to try and read. It's like, you go through these things, you'll go through cycles in this walk, and you can't fall just because you're in a bad cycle for one day too long or whatever, right? Or if it is too much for your liking. Keep fighting, all right? And just occupy until he come. Okay, it's almost done. It's almost over, and it's almost hard to fathom. Actually, it's almost impossible to fathom a life outside of this. Which you see it, you're a visionary, you can see it plain as day, but at the same time, we've been in captivity so long that you don't even, it's like, it's like trying to understand time, right? Or trying to understand infinity. You know it exists, you know that, or infinity or immortality or something like that, right? You know, according to the scriptures, that is coming, and that is going to be a beautiful life, a beautiful way of living, and things will be back in order. Harmony will return to the earth. Your water will be clean, right? All of these different things that we have taken for granted, or that we don't even know we are suffering until you come into this truth, all will be made right. Yeah, but you being, those of us, you can think on both sides of the coin. It's like, damn, how do I even fathom that? Because this is all I know. This crap, this pitiable existence, this punishment I'm serving as a jail sentence is all I know. But at the same time, it excites you because it's moving into the unknown. And then you think to yourself, now I got to be crazy to believe. Yeah, you do. Fool for Hamashiach's sake. So with that being said, I pray that this was edifying, and, all the advice that I've given to myself, I preach to self first. I pray that you take it in and continue to grow and learn and not be weary, right? Especially in well-doing. Don't be weary in well-doing.